Switch 2 console has been out on the market for 8 weeks so far and everybody is buying it. Oh my god. Nintendo have sold 6 million units worldwide in its first 7 weeks. Everybody's going crazy for the Nintendo Switch 2. I've got one as well. So after the Nintendo Switch 2 has been on the market for 8 weeks, what do I think of the Nintendo Switch 2? Is it worth it? Is it the best thing since sliced bread? It's not, to be honest, it's not. It's not that great. I'm gonna be honest, it's not that great. It's okay. It's okay. Hello. This is a gaming show where we keep you up to date with the latest Nintendo related gaming news. On today's show, 2 weeks after the Nintendo Switch came out, I was like, Jonathan, you should do a first impressions video of your thoughts on Nintendo Switch 2, but I couldn't bring myself to do it. And I couldn't bring myself to do it because I didn't like the conclusion that I'd come to, which was the fact that the software's not popping. Pop, 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 pop. The console's not that great.
What a rip!
Mario Kart isn't the revolutionary game that I thought it was going to be. And I'm just not that excited about it. So I thought, you know what? I will wait to do my first impressions video. I'm going to wait until after Donkey Kong Bonanza comes out. Ooh, banana! Banana! Let's wait until Donkey Kong comes out. Surely that will change my mind. That will change my feelings about how I feel towards my brand new £425 purchase, the Nintendo Switch 2. But Donkey Kong's not changed my mind either. Donkey Kong has not changed my mind how I feel about the Switch 2. I'm just not excited. My taste buds aren't tingling. I'm not doing the give me something to give me something to eat, Nintendo. It's just not there. It's not there. Normally when I make my YouTube videos, I try not to make them more than 10 minutes. 15 minutes max if I want to chat some shit. This video is going to be a long one. I'm not going to lie, it's going to be a long one. I'm not going to break it up into parts, it's just going to be a long chat. Is the Switch 2 worth it? If you don't actually already own a Nintendo Switch, then there is a massive incentive to buy a Nintendo Switch 2, I'll be honest. If you don't own a Nintendo Switch console, it is a fantastic time to jump into the ecosystem. Get a Nintendo Switch 2, I will tell you, buy one now. It's got a fantastic back catalogue. Do you know what? The Nintendo Switch 1 price, sorry to go on a detour, Nintendo have just raised the price of the Nintendo Switch 1. It's gone up to $399. You might as well just add an extra $50 and go and get a Switch 2. If that's the case, just go and get a Switch 2. I can't believe that an 8-year-old console, which was already probably about 5 years old technological wise, is now $400. Why has it gone up? Anyway. But let's talk about the hardware quickly. What do I think about the hardware? What do I actually think of the console, the unit, the brick? I'll be honest, I love the screen. I thought the screen was hench the first time I opened it. Oh my god, this is massive! But I've gotten used to it now. To be honest, this is the biggest that Nintendo can go. Nintendo don't go any bigger than the screen size because at that point it's just not portable anymore. HDR. The HDR isn't that great on this, I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not a technical whiz kid. Do you know what I mean? I'm not gonna start moaning just because my frame rates have dipped by 3 frames per second. Do you know what I mean? I'm not that type of person. But HDR, you touting it as a big feature, and I'm excited to see it on the Switch screen, and I'm not gonna be honest, it's not that great, it's not that impressive. The effect is minimal. I do really like the fact that it's so enlarged. Joy-Cons are so much more comfortable. The HD Rumble 2 is a massive improvement over the original Switch. The battery life though, not that great. I'm not happy about the battery life at all whatsoever. To be honest, I play it in handheld mode a lot, so I don't really play it docked, so I'm probably going to feel the pinch maybe a lot more than some other Nintendo Switch 2 users are feeling it. But it always has to be plugged in. This console always has to be plugged in, and it drains battery rapid. Nitpicking, I'm nitpicking. Tell you one thing I don't like about this, the Joy-Cons still wobble. I thought those days were gone now. On the Switch 1, because it had the rail system, sometimes when you were playing this, the Joy-Cons would wobble, and I thought because of the magnets and the strength of them, I never thought that we'd get that issue. But sometimes when I'm playing the game, I do feel like the Joy-Cons are gonna snap off, man. Well, not snap off, but they still wobble. Again, I'm nitpicking. The hardware kind of impressed me at the beginning, but now it doesn't really anymore, and it's just because I'm not seeing any uses of the hardware put into effect. Do you know what I'm actually bothered about? Do you know what's really annoying me? The fact that I've still not seen ray tracing on this console. Why is no one doing ray tracing on this console? Can the console do ray tracing or not? Supposedly we've heard developers say it can do ray tracing, but then there was this video on Digital Foundry where they were like, it's not really ray tracing, it's like Nintendo's own version of ray tracing. I just need to see it implemented into a game. If I see ray tracing in the games, you'll make me feel like it is a sequel console. Wow, look at the Switch 2 doing ray tracing, that's so impressive. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. Do you know what? I'll say it. I'll get it out of the way and I'll say it now. I feel like Nintendo, you sold me a Switch Pro. This isn't the next gen upgrade and technological advancements and revolutionary system that I was gonna hope it was gonna be. The Switch 2 just feels like an iPhone. I feel like that's where we're at now. Just like when you get the iPhone 15 and then they released the iPhone 16 Pro Max and it's like, do I need to upgrade? Well, no. You can upgrade if you just want to keep up with the Joneses, if you just want to brook out your pocket, do you know what I mean? But you don't really need it. That's how I feel about the Switch. It's just like an upgrade. Like, I feel like it's an incremental upgrade. It's a tiny, teeny upgrade. It's not that big. It's not. This should not be called the Switch 2. It should be called the Switch Pro. Switch Pro Max. That is what this console is. It's a Switch Max. It's a Switch Pro. I'm actually going to scribble out this too. I mean, the upgrade is pretty substantial, don't get me wrong. The console is beefier than the Switch. It's doing a lot more than the Switch could handle. But it just doesn't feel like a sequel console. It don't seem like it's been elevated that much to me. It's not pushing any boundaries. It's not doing anything revolutionary. The Switch 2 is just a better Switch. But anyway, I'm not really here to talk about the hardware because we always knew that the Nintendo Switch 2 was just going to be, you know, a better Switch 2. We did always know that. For me, it always boiled down to the games. And I thought that Nintendo were going to come straight out the bat and give us the most incredible games to get gamers salivating at the lips and saying, I need to upgrade to a Switch. Has my finger been like that the whole time? Has my colour been like that the whole time? My colour button that have been up the whole time. I think my problem is it all boils down to the games. My issue with the Nintendo Switch 2 is the games. It's the games. God damn it, it's the games. Where are the games? The games just aren't exciting me. You've got Mario Kart World, which is a really good game. It's reliable. Good old Mario Kart. Do you know what I mean? It's not fantastic though. They had a chance to mix it up and they didn't do it. I don't actually play Mario Kart World that much. I think I've put 20 hours into it. It's just more Mario Kart and the open world mode. It's not open world, it's free roam. Mario Kart World, big defining feature was the fact that you could drive from course to course, interconnected courses, drive across this whole massive expansive world. It sounded fantastic. I thought Nintendo were going to fuzz it up, but they were going to give us this massive expansive open world game that would have been full of activities to do, mini games, quests, challenges, hidden secrets, unlockables. Just a really fantastic gameplay loop, and what we got was a barren wasteland. The world of Mario Kart looks very pretty. It actually doesn't. I told you before it's going to be all over the place. Mario Kart World just looks like a sharper version of Mario Kart 8. There's no dramatic night and day difference. I'm struggling with that. I enjoyed my time with Mario Kart at first. You know, online mode is great. Knockout Tour is absolutely fantastic. That whole 24-player knockout style race is one of the best things that Nintendo have ever added to a Mario Kart game. I've had so much fun with it. But then that's it. I mean, the fact that there were no big AAA single-player games that I could really sink my teeth into 4 weeks after launch wasn't that much of an issue at the same time, because the Switch 2 gave me a reason to go back through my whole Switch 1 back catalogue, because the Switch 2 naturally gives games a upgraded frame rate boost, or they improve the resolutions, loading times, things like that. So I've had a blast playing some of my old Switch 1 games on my Switch 2, but I didn't buy my Switch 2 to play Switch 1 games. I'm not gonna lie, I did have a massive back catalogue on my Nintendo Switch. I had a massive back catalogue on my Nintendo Switch 1, so I had games that I could play through on my brand new Switch on the big screen, with increased resolutions, increased frame rates. It was great. To be honest, the mileage does vary from game to game. Not every game has received a massive boost in game performance, but some games genuinely feel like they are a brand new game, because I'll tell you, playing Tears of the Kingdom again with that update, that little patch update that Nintendo released for £10, but you actually get it free if you've got the Nintendo Switch Online service. The patch that gave you 60 frames per second, increased resolutions, the little Zelda Notes app. Oh my days! The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom feels like a brand new game. That was fantastic. That felt great to play. Oh my god, so silky smooth. Oh my god, I can't believe how much of a difference 30 and 60 frames per second make. Incredible. Great. I also decided to jump back into Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity because I still hadn't finished that game, 45 hours in. So I decided to go back and finish that, and the game ran smoothly. Normally, that game, it can be quite choppy. When there's 1,000 enemies on screen, the game does get quite choppy, but you know what, the Switch 2 kind of handled it like a pro, you know. I also went back to play some of the Impossible port games, you know, games like Mortal Kombat, Doom, Outer Wilds, Wolfenstein. I went back to play some of them. Now, granted, the games still look They do. The games still look like trash, but the overall gameplay experience has improved, whether that's to do with reduced loading times or better frame rates. So it was a win-win. I enjoyed it. Was a win-win. In the first month, there was definitely something missing from the Nintendo Switch 2. I just really wanted something that I could dig my teeth into, a real good, meaty single-player game. And I know we got Donkey Kong Bonanza 6 weeks later, but I'm just letting you know that the first month of the Nintendo Switch, I wasn't that buzzing with it. Yeah, I read the GameCube games and the GameCube classics. So F-Zero's still rock solid. I still can't complete F-Zero. I'm still struggling to finish it. I'm still stuck in the second mode and story mode. I feel like I'm in 2005 again, whatever year it came out. I'm not playing through Zelda Wind Waker again because I always get stuck at a certain part. So I'm not going to play that again. And Soul Calibur was fun for 2 minutes. I did buy Fast Fusion X. That was a fun game. But to be honest, I've not even played it that much. I probably played Fast Fusion maybe for about 2 hours. I've not put no time into it. But again, it's a good game, but it just wasn't, I couldn't sink my claws into it. There was nothing that was addictive. There was nothing that had a sick gameplay loop that just kept me engrossed in the system. The fact that there was no big AAA games, no massive single player games. Well, you did have Cyberpunk actually, to be honest, but I couldn't afford it because the Nintendo Switch is hideously expensive. So yeah, I've been bored with my Switch 2. There's not been that much to do on it really. And then Donkey Kong Bonanza came out. And I thought my life was going to change. I thought, this is it. This is the moment. This is my moment. I thought Donkey Kong Bonanza was going to rock my world. I personally feel like Donkey Kong Bonanza has been overhyped. Donkey Kong Bonanza is overhyped. It's a good game. It's a fun game. It's a bloody brilliant, fantastic return to form for the Donkey Kong series. The Donkey Kong series has been neglected for quite some time. Donkey Kong is Nintendo's first main character. Do you know what I mean? Donkey Kong's more OG than Mario. He's been neglected, especially from Nintendo. So the fact that they've been able to reinvigorate Donkey Kong and improve his character design and really bring him into the next generation of gaming in Nintendo's ecosystem, in Nintendo's world, is brilliant. But the game itself is just good. It's good. Really fun to play. It's not game changing. It's not revolutionary. People are saying it's game of the year. I've not even played that many games this year, but it doesn't, I just don't feel like I want to scream and shout about it. So yeah, anyway, here we are, 8 weeks later after Nintendo Switch 2 launched. How do I feel about it? It's not that great. It's not that fun. I have one issue with the Nintendo Switch. No, it's not even the Nintendo Switch. I have one issue with Nintendo. Nintendo hasn't really given me anything groundbreaking or revolutionary from since the Wii U flopped. If I'm going to be honest, Nintendo haven't excited me like how they used to from since 2012. This has been a thought that's stuck into my head for ages and I just can't shake it. And I just feel like Nintendo are 2 generations behind in terms of what they should be outputting in terms of their games, in terms of the levels that they should be reaching for, in terms of innovation. I just feel like Nintendo have gone stale. And for me, I'm not looking forward to Nintendo's future. Yeah, the Switch 2 is selling fantastically well, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm scared and I'm bored. Hear me out. When the Wii U flopped, and because the Wii U flopped, I feel like Nintendo abandoned every single game that they were planning for it or had in development and said, you know what, we can't release these games on the Wii U because no one's gonna buy it. Because there's only 30 million consoles out there. If we do put out a brand new 3D Mario onto this console, it's going to be a waste. So let's just give them 3D World instead. Let's give them that, right? A nice happy medium middle ground. It's a new Mario game, but it's not revolutionary. We can tide them over with that. So when the Nintendo Switch came out, I felt that all the games that were releasing on the Nintendo Switch were just games that were originally supposed to launch on the Wii U. And Nintendo decided to just release the whole Wii U back catalogue onto the Switch. So what that meant for me is that I brought a console in 2012, which was the Wii U, and I had to play the same games over 2 generations. The Wii U games library was recycled on the Nintendo Switch. We were given last gen ideas on a brand new console. Do you know what I mean? So already I've been robbed of a generation of games. Because if life was perfect and everything was okay, we would have got Super Mario Odyssey on the Wii U. We would have got Breath of the Wild on the Wii U. And I know we did, but you wouldn't have had that cross-launch thing going on because the Wii U would have been selling enough units to not need a cross-launch title. Mario Kart 8 would have been stretched for so goddamn long. I truly believe that if the Wii U had done well, then we would have got those games on the Wii U. We've been robbed of a generation of games. Nintendo just recycled all the games from the Wii U onto the Switch and was like, do you know what, we don't actually have to make up any new ideas. Let's just use everything that we had from last generation. If the Wii U was a successful console, then Mario Kart 8 would have sold enough units and that game would have lasted the entirety of the Wii U generation. Nintendo therefore would have started work on the Switch version of Mario Kart, which would have been Mario Kart World. We all know anyway that Mario Kart World was initially developed for Switch 1. That would have been the game that we would have got for that generation. Now when the Switch 2 had launched, Nintendo would have given us a generational leap in terms of gameplay, and they would have folded it up. They would have folded up Mario Kart. The Switch 2 would have given us that true genre-defining open world Mario Kart game. Do you know what I mean? Mini games, challenges, side quests, unlockables, collectibles, online modes like Battle Royale. I don't know, throw whatever you want in there, but that's what we should have been getting. That's what we should be getting. Do you know what I mean? Mario Kart World would actually be a Mario Kart World. It wouldn't be free roam mode. It wouldn't be barren. It wouldn't be empty. It would be that next generational leap and upgrade that we'd need to see. So that would really excite me. We've been robbed. Do you understand what I'm saying? We've been robbed of 2 generations of games. And like I said, Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong Bonanza were great titles, but these games are technically stale. These games are old. They were all created with the Switch 1 in mind. All that the Switch 2 has been able to do is make them run how they ideally would have liked them to have run, with 60 frames per second, sharper resolutions. Nintendo actually showed some screenshots the other day of comparisons between Donkey Kong Bonanza on the Switch and the Switch 2, and to be honest, there's not that big a difference. Donkey Kong Bonanza is a Switch 1 game. It's not doing anything. It's not pushing any boundaries. This game could have been done on a Switch 1. Yeah, it would have been choppy. But it can be done. I want to see next generation gaming from the Switch 2. And we're just getting stale, old, last generation ideas on the console. And it's doing my head in. Like, I ain't waiting for the true next gen games. Breath of the Wild, everything. Breath of the Wild, every single goddamn franchise that you've got. Revamp it, re-revolutionize it, revitalize it, revamp it. I've already said that one. But you know what I mean? Sort it out. I'm sat here waiting for Nintendo to wow me with some games, some next-gen games. It just feels like the Switch 2 is a Switch 1 that can run Switch games properly. It's just a Switch machine that can play last-gen Switch games at 60 frames per second and 4K. I've not seen the machine flex once from since I've bought it. From since I've had this console, I've not looked at it and been like, wow, that looks incredible. I haven't. Why have I not had no wow moments? Where's my Yowie?
Yowie?
Why am I not Yowie-ing?
I never made Miss Hoover yowie.
It's all just very okay. Very good. Very good. Sorry. I seriously need to see, Nintendo needs to get me excited now. I need to see the next gen version of Mario. I need to see a crazy open, expansive Mario game. Go anywhere I want, do anything I want. Secrets, genuine hidden secrets that players have to find and discover. Bring back that magic that Mario has. I need to see next generation version of Metroid. Metroid Prime 4 is all very well and good, but it's actually kind of dated. When I played Metroid Prime Remastered, it's a great game, but it just feels outdated. Give us the next gen version of Metroid Prime. Because again, Metroid Prime 4 is a Switch 1 game. Probably Wii U. Give us next generation versions of Star Fox. Why do we not have a No Man's Sky, Star Fox, procedurally generated environments, dogfighting? Why are you not just trying something different with these franchises for Switch 2? And I know you've only been out for 8 weeks and I'm not giving you a chance, but we're still dealing with ideas from last generation. I hoped that straight out of the bat, Nintendo would come out all guns blazing, pop, 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 and be like, look at what we've got, look at me, oh my god. And they've not done that. I was living the dream thinking that we were going to get all these exclusive third-party games. I wanted games that were unique and exclusive to the system. Games like Cadence of Hyrule. Fantastic game, and I love rhythm games, so I'm a bit biased. Anyway, exclusive brand new IP games like Mario Rabbids. When Star Fox ended up in that Ubisoft game.
Let's be honest here. You guys need all the help you can get.
I forgot what it's called. What's it called? I can't remember what it's called. I was living the dream thinking that we were going to get all these third-party collaborations between Nintendo and other publishers. We've not got any of that. For 8 weeks I've been sat here waiting for Nintendo to deliver the goods and they're still not delivering! The poster's still in the mail. We're not getting anything good. Like, if we actually have to look at like what Nintendo have announced for us to play, it's not that great. Your lineup's not that great. The launch lineup's just not that great. Your launch window's not that popping. Nintendo, it's very average. Like what Nintendo have launched so far looks so tame. It looks tame. We've had Mario Kart World, Tears of the Kingdom, and Breath of the Wild. Again, Switch 1 games. Yeah, you've given us bonus features and upgrades, but I'm not looking to play a 200-hour game again. That's not. I've done that already. It's nice to go through the game again because, like I said, it does feel like a new game, but I'm not doing that again. About New Game Plus. Then we had Donkey Kong, and again, fun game, great. I think I've got like 3 hours left until I finish it, but it's all just a bit samey. The whole destruction mechanic kind of gets boring. It's just bash, 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 press the Y button. I mean, to be honest, the Y button on my controller is worn out already. Unacceptable to release that game at the beginning of launch Nintendo. The game's just a bashy, bashy bonanza, do you know what I mean? I'm kind of getting bored of that now. Then you had upgrades, you had the Switch 1 upgrades like Mario Party and Kirby Forgotten World Door, whatever it's called. Again, rehashes of games. And you're charging me over the odds for these expansions as well. Got Drag Drive, oh my gosh, terrible game. Terrible game. Then we've got Pokemon ZA, Metroid Prime 4, Kirby Air Riders and Hyrule Warriors. Now Pokemon ZA and Metroid Prime 4 are Switch 1 games. So really and truly, what you're telling me, Nintendo, is that I brought a system for £425, and the only games that are exclusive to the system in the launch period, the first 6 months, are Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Drag Drive, Kirby Air Riders, and Hyrule Warriors. That's not a tough lineup. That lineup's not hard at all. So yeah, I'm just sat here waiting for Nintendo to just release some good games, to be honest. Some really, truly groundbreaking games. Give us something new to play. Give us a new Labo. Give us a new Ring Fit Adventure. Surprise us with your existing franchises. Do you know what would really make me happy? Voice acting in Nintendo's video games. It's about time we get more immersed now. Give us voice acting. It's time to start breathing life into your characters, man. So I'm sat waiting for the games and they're just not coming. Nintendo just did a bloody Nintendo Indie Direct and a Partner Direct, and they came up so short, it's absolutely ridiculous. I need the big guns now. And I don't need to be able to play the big guns now. I just need to know what's coming. Nintendo, you need to get me excited about this console. Do you know what I mean? I've got it now. Yeah, I know what's coming out for the first 5 months. I know the games that I've just listed are what I'm going to be playing over the next coming months. But to start my engine again, I need to know what's going to happen next year. You really need to excite me, Nintendo. It's not happening. You're not even announcing the release. Where are the Microsoft games? Where are Hi-Fi Rush? Where's Doom Dark? I might not get Doom Dark Ages. Probably won't get Doom Dark Ages, but where are the Microsoft games? Where are the Resident Evils, Capcom? Yeah, I'll be getting Monster Hunter Stories free. Great exclusive from Capcom. But I want more of that. I need more of that. Square Enix, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that Adventures of Elliot's pretty banging. It's pretty banging. Thank you, Square Enix, doing the Lord's work out here. Where's the games from Ubisoft, EA? Where are the release dates for Elden Ring, Final Fantasy? Like, you've got games in your back pocket and you're not releasing them, or at least announcing them. Do you know what I mean? Just get us excited. I need to see the roadmap for Nintendo. I can't see the vision. Like, sometimes I forget Nintendo doing a soft launch. Like, they're doing this on purpose. I feel like Nintendo don't want to cannibalize Nintendo Switch 1 sale. Well, not cannibalize. Nintendo only sold like 980,000 units of Nintendo Switch 1 in the last financial quarter. So it's not like the Switch 1 is selling like hotcakes. But I feel like Nintendo just haven't gone hard with the Switch 2. Nintendo should have given everyone a solid reason to ditch the Switch 1 and upgrade to the Switch 2 within that first 6 month period. Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong Bonanza, and some other 2 games that were just absolutely undeniable that gamers had to upgrade the consoles for. And you've not. It's a soft launch. You're giving us games to ease us into the next generation. Kirby Air Riders, Hyrule Warriors, Donkey Kong, and Mario Kart. Really easing people into this generation, aren't you? It's not really the 1-2 punch that I was expecting. But yeah, anyway, that was just a collection of rambling thoughts, to be honest. I just wanted to have a little rant, just talk about how I feel. That's it, really. No structure, no script, just some crazy YouTuber ranting for however long. See how I feel? This is how Nintendo's got me feeling. Don't feel good. What we have time for today. Thank you for tuning in. And like I said, there was no script today, no thought, no structure, whatever. So if you didn't make it all the way to the end of this video, thank you. Thank you. We will be back with another episode of NNN. In fact, actually, I don't even know when we're back with another episode of and there's so much going on right now. I will try and upload a video when I can. Yeah, I'll say no more. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. We will see you very soon. Bye.
Hello!
So thanks for tuning in, guys. If you like my video today, don't forget to give me a like. If you really like the video, then just subscribe. Yeah, just subscribe. There's a little button there, you just push it. You get a little notification every time a video comes out. Subscribe! Subscribe!